Oh, right. So I'm over here on the Reverse 1999 Discord server, and I see somebody post this picture that they are able to get 74 of the Unalogs. Oh my god. So you might be in a position where, yeah, I have this much, or I have every character so far in the game. What am I going to summon for later? Well, first of all, I'm extremely jealous because I still want to get Mommy Eternity because I really want her back. Because I already have Centurion. I just want to get Eternity, and we'll start saving from there. But we got future banners coming up in future updates. So supposedly on droidgamers.com, the next banner, being the Pickles banner, is supposedly going to kick off on the 30th of November. So at the time of this recording, we have 28 days till that comes out. So that is going to be bringing us Pickles. Obviously, Baby Blue will be on there and Diggers will be on there, but Pickles will be the first 6-star unit to come in the game that is brand new. And Pickles is, well, first of all, Pickles is a dog. How do you not love Pickles? But second of all, Pickles is pretty decent, honestly. He is an AoE attacker. He is also able to provide a couple different instances of stats up, status positive, counter, and clarification of opposition. So also increasing his penetration rate, which is very, very good. So Pickles is a decent unit. After that, we would be having Tooth Fairy and Changeling in the 1.2 patch, I believe. Yes, where honestly, I think this would be the best time to pull for next characters. I don't think we have. Yeah, we're not gonna know when exactly that banner will be coming out, but we know that it is going to be a banner for Tooth Fairy and for Changeling. So what do these two units do? Because I do think this is going to be the opportunity where you want to spend your currency to get either of these characters, honestly. So Tooth Fairy is a debuffer. He applies confusion on the enemies, which is very nice. He also heals, or she also heals. I actually don't know the, we'll just say Tooth Fairy. So Tooth Fairy debuffs and heals, which is fantastic. Very, very good. We're not going to look at their inheritances or anything. We're just going to look at their skills, just because, however you want to build inheritance, or, that just, it depends on how much you pull. So being a debuffer, being able to apply stack and confusion on the enemy, also is healing, is just, and 30% crit rate increase, which is very, very nice. Changeling is another very good unit that will be coming out, being able to inflict poison on the enemy. So it's just very strong, obviously. And then if the target is inflicted with stats up, status negatives, or control, deals an additional 30% damage. So that's very good. I believe poison actually does count towards the negative status. So being able to do that is very good. Now it's very niche being a poison centric character, but I do think Changeling is very good. I also think Tooth Fairy is very good. Probably a little bit better, I would say, with Tooth Fairy. Being a very good mental unit. So if you need more mental units, also star units, I would say Tooth Fairy is probably the better option. But if you want to be a little more unique and extravagant, I would say Changeling would be the better option. So next up in 1.3, we would have Black Dwarf and Shaman. Black Dwarf is probably one of the better units in the game. Being able to apply a planet effect, so applying Saturn, which is a 6% penetration rate for each stack on the character, capping at 3, which is very good. And then so the next ability, the Mythical Meteors, is upon casting, gain 1 stack of Mars. Mars being that you have a 6% rate for each stack. If it's incredible, honestly. And then Full Moon, which I don't know why Full Moon is here. Is it on the ultimate? Full Moon, 6% skill power for each stack. of Full Moon. Wow. Okay. So you have an option to possibly get a Saturn. So that means you'd have a penetration rate increase, a Mars, so a leech rate increase, and then a Full Moon, just a skill power increase for each stack. Black Dwarf she's very centric on playstyle. You want to play specifically with Black Dwarf to maximize her capabilities, but I do think Black Dwarf is honestly one of the better units coming in the game in the future. Shaman is also very, very good, being a good support unit, granting 1 layer of Nature's Blessing. So once you use it, their ultimate consumes all stacks of this to restore an amount of Moxie equal to the number of stacks consumed. So let's say that you used your ultimate and you still have 3 of the Nature's Blessing. Use this ability and boom, you have 3 Moxie already. So that's very strong. Being able to get to his ultimate again, which is a AoE damage dealer, which is phenomenal. His debuff card is a mass debuff, increases damage taken on all enemies up to 30% and increasing their decreasing the resistance for reality and mental by 15% for 2 turns. So he's very, very strong. And then further in the future, what has just been released on the Chinese version is 6 and 37. These two are really far out there. They don't even have their stats and their abilities up, but I believe 6 is the first 6-star intellect character that we're going to be getting. That's very, very cool, being very unique in that aspect. But if you're looking for a definitive what should I save for right now, I would say save for 1.2 for Tooth Fairy or Changeling, and then prioritize Black Dwarf or Shaman. Maybe 637, but I would say 2.1 or 2.2 and 2.3 are the primary focuses for people. I know for personally, I think I would be focusing on Tooth Fairy and then waiting for Black Dwarf. That's just gonna be my game plan moving forward with Reverse. So far, loving the game though, and I hope that this helps you for future banner investments. Yeah, that's gonna be all.